Excellent. Brilliant. So I'm going to stand further back. All we need, there is some walking forms in Qigong where you walk forward, but for this session, all you need to do is have a little bit of root round yourself. Look, I've caught the wall there, so just move a bit further forward and just make sure you've got plenty of room around those cells. You're not going to barge into anything. You might make the odd little step, but nothing too, we're not going to be moving right around the room. Although there is plenty of Qigong forms where you do that. We're going to start off with some slightly different at first. We're going to do 3 or 4 forms that are quite more free-flowing and more like slightly quicker than the normal. And these forms are all designed really just to get your energy flowing through the body, whether it's your hands or the torso or your legs. So it might seem as if you're moving a little bit quicker for these ones, but they're really good for like getting energy going, and then we'll calm it down again and go into some small smooth ones after that. So we're going to start off, we're going to go into emptiness stance, which is a pretty standing form, which we can go into in between moving forms. So it's feet about shoulder width apart, knees just giving a little bit, bent just ever so slightly. And working up the body, we can tuck our tailbones in a little bit. Our arms are moving just slightly away from the body. Fingers pointing downwards. You can relax the shoulders as much as we can. And again, let's just make sure we're breathing from what is called the lower dantian, which is your lower energy center in your body, which is just underneath your belly button, as we say in the UK. So we just, all it means is that when we're breathing in and out, just try and see if you can just notice this area is moving too as well. So your chest is moving out and in, and your stomach is as well. This area here. So that's the basis of emptiness stance. And we can create an inner smile too, just so relax, enjoy. Let's just really be present. Let's really just be here. So I'm going to start off with some arm swings gently. So we're going to be twisting the spine and letting the arms just swing. At the front, you should be tapping your lower dantian. And at the back, you're just gently slapping the base of your spine. So just twisting the spine and letting the arms just swing. We can close our eyes once we're used to the movement. And twisting the spine is a great way of allowing more chi to flow. And just keeping our attention on the movement and the breathing. No set way to breathe at this one. We're just allowing the breath to come nice and natural. And do a couple more. And next time, we're just going to let our arms just come to a rest. Again, back in emptiness stance. You can reset the legs if you want to. And this next one, you're just going to allow the arms to swing up and down. We're just doing this kind of motion here. Right up and down. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in. Let your arms become kind of like, almost like dead weights. Nice and loose and relaxed. We'll do a couple more of these. Last one. And again, back into emptiness stance. Now we're going to do this one. Is a great way of getting energy to flow down your limbs, your legs. So you put your hands on your hips and you're going to shift your weight and you're just going to gently tap the back of your calf. And you're going to touch the other foot, calf. You're going to gently kick the bottom of your calf. You can make it. And again, this is allowing more energy to flow down your legs, stimulating the meridians there. Also good for varicose veins, apparently. So a couple more to each side. And then back to center. And back into emptiness stance. Again, we're going to take a couple of nice easy breaths. Now we're going to one that's really aimed at simulating the chi down our arms. This is a bit of a shaking one, this one. So we're going to bring our arms in front of us. We won't do this for very long. And we're going to gently push back and forth. This is also good for the heart. It's like kind of shaking, so we're pushing something just in front of us. Couple more. And then we just again, we come out of that. Slowly back into emptiness stance. You may notice a bit more energy, perhaps there's heat in the body now. And we're moving this chi through the body. And we'll do one more. This time we're going to swing down, cross our hands right above our heads, and then we're going to slap the back of our hands at the top here. So we just go down. So breathing in and out. In and out. In Again, we'll do a couple more. This time as the hands come down, you go nice and slowly. And we'll do into what's called gathering chi or peaceful chi. Just come, take a breath in, go to the side, above our heads, and then breathe out. Back into emptiness stance. Again, have a good shake and reset. So, hopefully you've feeling kind of a bit more flow of energy, maybe a bit hot, but still peaceful at the same time. Nothing, we're not straining ourselves, not pushing ourselves too hard. If at any point during any of these forms that I'm doing, you suddenly feel tired or there's a bit of pain, you always just stop and just wait for the next form. Don't worry about having to stop if you need to. So we'll start off, we're going to briefly into a standing form. This is a posture of Tai Chi. Bring your hands up to the heart area, which is the middle dantian, about head width apart. And this is called the posture of Tai Chi. Just breathe in nice and deeply from the lower dantian. Now we're going to start to breathe in and out, moving our hands away from each other. So we're going to breathe in and then out. Bring your hands close together till they're almost touching. And we're going to do the same again, breathing in. So just matching the rate of our breathing with the movement. And this posture is called, or form is called, the posture of open and close. Sometimes in our life we feel particularly open, and then sometimes we feel quite closed off. And this is just a reminder as our hands are moving open and close, and we're watching our hands. There's always something watching when we do feel open and when we do feel closed. There's always someone just watching, or some part of us just watching. And we're just noticing if we do get distracted, if we find our attention has wandered away, we just gently bring it back. To the movement and the breathing. Or perhaps reminding ourselves that there's always something just watching. Again, we'll do a couple more. And this time our hands gonna come apart again, come to the side, and just gently push them down again. And again, we'll do another gathering of chi. And back into emptiness stance. Again, reset. I'm just gonna have a drink. And again, we're just going to go back into emptiness stance. When you're ready. So this is another kind of an open and close kind of form. This is called opening and closing the gate. So we're going to bring our hands up slowly into a kind of I surrender position, if you like. Look slightly upwards. And the next outward breath, I'm going to cross our hands in front of our chest and bend slowly right up. Or as far as you can go, don't force anything. So then we're going to breathe in. Right back up to that position. Again, look slightly upwards in front of us. And then breathe out. Breathe in. And out. And again, we're just fully present, aware of our breathing, observing our movement, our arms moving, our body moving. If we're distracted at all, we just bring it back to this very simple but powerful movement. And back. Do a couple more. So this time, I'm going to go right above our heads again as before. Now we're just going to allow our hands slowly come down the side. And then we're going to do another gently gathering of chi. Bring nice deep breath. Back into emptiness stance. We can reset, shake if we need to. So now we're going to the posture of yin and yang harmony, where our hands represent the yin and the yang. Right hand is the yang. So we're going to bring our hands to the lower dantian, about palms facing each other, pointing in front of us, fingers pointing in front. So we go up and then we're breathing in when it hits the lower dantian, and then we're moving, go to the side, moving our hands up close to the body, to the chest. And as we get the chest area, when we start to breathe out and we circle away from the body and back to the lower dantian. So we're doing this kind of like an oval shape is the best description, I think. The body to the side. So it's breathing in and out. Breathing in and back to the front again. You may find one of your hands may move slightly quicker than the other hand. So just try as best you can to keep them facing each other. It just shows one of them is the energies are more dominant within you. Nothing to worry about, it's just how we are. That's one of the teachings of Qigong, is if once your dantians and the yin and yang energies are balanced, then you'll experience true peace. Breathing in and out. And just allow yourself to be totally absorbed in the Qigong. Be really present, enjoying, embracing every moment. Nothing to do but just to follow the movement and follow the breathing. And do a couple more rotations. Next time your hands come to the top, bring them to the side, let them slide down. And again, we'll go back into a nice gathering of chi. Back into emptiness stance. Again, reset. Again, I'm just going to take a little drink. So again, go back into emptiness stance. So as we're entering spring, I thought doing two spring forms, which relate to the element of wood. So we'll start off. I'm going to draw a trunk shape in front of our bodies. It's this kind of action here. So we're going to bring our hands up to the low dantian, allow our palms to face upwards. Then we're going to breathe in. A nice circular motion in front of us. Allow them to just touch at the top and then breathe out. And then again, draw the trunk on the way down. So just remind ourselves the qualities of a tree, quality of spring, new growth. See if we can grow well rooted. This can also, anger is linked to springtime, the emotion of anger. So this is another one where we can really help to dispel that in the body, let it pass. Not saying it's wrong to be angry, we just finding a mechanism for it to flow more freely and quickly through the body. A couple more. And this time we're going to bring our hands again, we're going to gather more chi. Right above our heads. And back into emptiness stance. Reset. Now we'll go into the second wooden form. This is called hugging a tree. It's a stationary form. Just going to imagine we're hugging a tree, embracing allowing the energy of wood, springtime, to flourish through us. So slowly going to bring our hands in front of us, roughly about the heart. Keep the fingers nice and loose. And see if you can imagine, see if you can just picture in your mind that you're hugging a tree. Again, remind ourselves the quality, good qualities of a tree, so we can avoid the qualities that are not so good. Again, just like a tree, we're going to flourish and grow straight and true. Not going to think we're not worthy or not good enough. As a tree wouldn't do that. A tree doesn't compare itself with the next tree. We tend to compare ourselves with other people. Sometimes, especially so on the spiritual path, we may feel like we're farther ahead or further behind people around us. See if we can leave all that alone and just be here. Just be present. Really embracing every moment. So it's 3 more breaths. And as this last breath escapes, we're going to drop our hands to our sides. And again, another gathering of chi. Again, we can relax and break for a while. So this next form is just very simply called posture of open. No, it's not posture of up and down. Similar again, I suppose, to open and close. We feel down sometimes, feel good sometimes, feel up. No, this is very simply going to breathe in, hands at our side, breathing in and out. Let the hands drop to the lower dantian, leading by the palm, and then again, just keeping our attention on the movement. Not trying to get anywhere, not trying to achieve anything. Just noticing how it feels when we do these movements. Your bodies and your arms just move effortlessly. But almost if the air has become thicker, and there's no way you can move quickly. You've got to move slowly, gently. This usually has a very calming effect on the body systems. It's good for your blood pressure, your dietary system, all your systems in your body, nervous system. Really good to just calm everything down. And just get lost in the movement. We'll do a couple more. And this time, hands go to the bottom. Hand go that low dancing. We're going to make a nice arc again for the gathering of chi. And back into emptiness stance. We can reset. So we're going to take another, we'll do another form here. This one's called, it's called playing the lute. And this one's all about self-expression, finding that talent. So it's not just playing a musical instrument, trying to, or that kind of thing. It's any artistic, anything. Anything you can be good at, basically. So cooking a nice meal for someone is being expressed. Or playing a sport, or painting, another example. Or doing a good deed for the day. There's all ways to express ourselves. And this form is really about just allowing that self-expression to flourish. So it starts off similar. We're going to take a little step with this, but we'll talk you through it. So you start off as in the last form where it's up and down, but this time as you're pushing downwards, whichever side you want to go to, you swing your arms to that side and then rest as so. So your right hand, in my case, I'm facing right, is level with my head, and the left hand's face is level with my elbow. My right leg is straight, but on my heel, and my left leg is slightly bent, knee is slightly bent. So you pause there, and then again, I'm going to swing across, we push down, shift our weight, and we're just going to go to the other side. So for me, it's the left hand now higher up, so I'm facing left. And just hold it there, take a nice couple of breaths. Next time you breathe out, push down and swing back to the other side. You can carry straight on, but I like to pause in between each side. Just take a couple of breaths. Next time we breathe out, swing our hands across, push down, and face the other way. We'll take a breath and out. And we're going to move on this one, so we're breathing in. And as we're breathing out, swing across, push down. And again, we're facing the other way. Take a breath. And again, this time, we're going to move again, so we're breathing in. And then out. Breathing out and moving, so we swing across, push down, and go to the other side. And again, swing across, push down, kind of loop up. And again. See if we can allow that self-expressive that we all have to just flourish. There's always something everyone is good at. Moving again. And again. The ultimate bit is to try and get your hands and legs to stop at the same time. Oh, my leg was slightly quicker there. That's the kind of little goal you can have. I'll do one more to each side. So go back to center, push down. And again, swing across, push down. And this time we're just going to swing across, push down. And we'll go into a nice gathering of chi. And in fact, we'll do a couple more, and that's how we'll end tonight's session. A couple more. And again. And then back into emptiness stance, just for a few moments. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. And then release. Another shake and relax. Hope you enjoyed that session. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
If anyone does have any questions, I'm here for a few minutes.
Well, Yolanda and I would like to say thank you very much. We are learning so much about patience. You know, it's like, oh my God, I just want to crawl out of my body. Just standing here doing these things, I just want to absolutely crawl out of my body. So it's just like, Yolanda and I we just keep laughing and giggling to ourselves. It's like, this is ridiculously not easy. It's so not easy. It's fun. So thank you for sharing this with us.
It's great you can appreciate the fun side of it, because that's part of the human nature, to enjoy it. And if you're enjoying it, you're actually relaxing more. So that's great. You can kind of laugh about it. There's actually some forms you can do which are quite comical when you're actually imitating monkeys and things. And that's all about encouraging that inner child, like, you know, when a child would just laugh naturally and have a bit of fun, don't we? You know, sometimes we find it hard as we get older. So that's great. That's nice feedback. Thank you.
I also, Ian, this is Shauna. I wanted to thank you so much for the active forms in the beginning, because I've been sitting on my butt for 5 hours this morning, you know, in the sanctuary, and that I spend the first like 10 or 15 minutes just moving more than the form anyway. So that was perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something I've been kind of playing with. There's obviously lots of different forms in Qigong. There's some where you really just stand there shaking the body as well. That's another one to get the energy flowing. But it's good, especially good, you know, again, when you get up first thing in the morning, perhaps as well, do some of the forms to get the energy going. And then you can slip into the slow ones a lot more easily, I think. So they're good. It's like Qigong's like the complete thing, you know what I mean? It can get you fit, it can get you healthy, and then it's also got this meditative quality to it. So yeah, brilliant.
Yes, and I love the surrender form. Oh my gosh, I felt the complete surrender just happening with the form because of staying present. You know, you always remind us to stay present during the form, and surrender just happened. Yeah,
it's weird how it's wonderful how that happens. I haven't quite understood how it does happen, but I do hear so many people say that, and it is a wonderful thing. I think it's the magic of or the beauty of just being in the moment and just being fully present and forgetting all about, for that moment, any ideas of enlightenment or whatever you're trying to achieve. Just be in the moment and just appreciate the moment, and just let that kind of do its magic, if you like. It's a wonderful thing.
It is. I appreciate you so much, and so gentle, and have such talent. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
And you'll be back on Sunday, June 4th, right?
Yep. I'll be back.
Excellent. Hey, are you planning to come out here to Levita for Helen Hamilton's retreat?
I'm not with Helen anymore, unfortunately. So
okay.
I won't be there, which is a shame, because I would have enjoyed it, but never mind.
Another time.
Sometimes, hopefully in the future, you never know, I'll get out there.
Yes. We'd love to have you.
Excellent. Yeah, it'd be lovely to come. Yeah, it would be nice.
Okay, I don't see any other hands.
Yeah. That's fine. Now I will see you guys in a month then.
Thank you, Ian.
Best
Have a
wishes.
wonderful spring.
Yeah, and you. God bless.
Thank you. And I want to remind everybody to come back for, I don't know where my